Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 115-110 victory over the New Orleans Pelicans. And to start off this video, we have a super chat. Bueno Kitty waited no time to come out and say, hey Ben, you still think the Jakob Poeltl trade was an overpay? And I said, to clarify in the video, I did say in the title it was an overpay because I thought we didn't have to pay as much to acquire Jakob Poeltl according to the other offers and stuff, but I'm paying that price again and again and again for Big Yak. I did say it was a good trade, even from the jump, even when I said we probably could have got him for a little bit cheaper, given the Celtics offer and given what other players around the league were selling for a bunch of second-round picks rather than, lightly protected firsts. But Bueno's calling me out at the start. But Jakob Poeltl, I threw it in the title. He changed my life, because tonight, career night for Jakob Poeltl. Career high. You look at the box score in this game for Big Yak. Let's get the numbers up. Jakob Poeltl, 21 points, a career high, 18 rebounds, out here doing his thing, 3 steals, 1 ferocious block, couple of assists, and, 9 for 11 from the field. Could be a little bit better, knock down his free throws, but man, this guy was remarkable. I was just chatting with Habs Digest on the phone. He's a big Spurs fan, so he loved Big Yak coming to Toronto. Josh Goss, shout out Habs Digest. But he's gassing up Yak. I've been talking high on Yak for the past couple seasons when all the rumors are picking up that we might get him for last 2 trade deadlines, and holy smokes. Jakob Poeltl changes this team. He's in the paint. He's a big target. Is he, a prime DeAndre Jordan in terms of a lob threat, to finish around the rim? No. Is he a Joel Embiid, a guy that can space the floor and be absolutely dominant and sort of, getting that post game, doing his thing out there? No. But you know what he is? He's a big man with good hands that has a soft touch around the basket. And he moves to the right places. The most valuable part of Jakob Poeltl's game is the fact that he just knows where to be. He makes the right play on the offensive end and the defensive end. If the ball's in his hands, if it's not in his hands, right? If Pascal Siakam's making a drive, right? Is Jakob Poeltl going to stand in his way? Is he just going to fade out to the three-point line where he's no threat? No. He's going to squeak his way, get behind the defense, try to get out of their line of vision, and sneak his way into the dunker spot. Get open, finish that thing in the paint. Right? There's no defenders in front of him. He puts that thing up and he puts it down, right? Whether it be a dunk, whether it be a nice little finesse finish around the rim, Jakob Poeltl's making all of these great touch shots around the basket. Now, if he gets fouled, the free throws are hit or miss, roughly 50%, 60% from the free throw line, but I don't care because he is a threat for guys like Scotty, guys like Pascal. When Fred VanVleet's back, we saw him get 15 assists in the game against the Orlando Magic. Right, he is just that guy down in the paint that can catch and finish over the defenders. And I don't know, this is a huge pickup for this team. People are saying they hope Fred VanVleet stays injured. Hey, Fred VanVleet got Poeltl, as Tom M is putting it, the Poeltl power. Right, he's playing. I don't know. Gotta show some love, folks. I'm throwing some fire emojis. I don't know. Let's get the flames rocking for Big Jakob Poeltl, because what an acquisition, what a pickup. He's exactly what the Toronto Raptors need, right? And we did have that ugly loss to, I believe it was the Utah Jazz, right? That was a a tough situation there. We sold the game late, and it looked like Brandon Ingram was going to single-handedly bring the New Orleans Pelicans back in the fourth quarter of this one. But with the exception of those sort of moments, the Jakob Poeltl era in Toronto has been all sunshine and rainbows. And while our first 3 opponents, the Jazz are on a downward trajectory, the Pistons are the Pistons, and, I guess they usually have a leg up on the Toronto Raptors, but the Orlando Magic, they have been playing better, but are still not the greatest team in the Eastern Conference. 3 easy games with the New Orleans Pelicans, even without Zion, are a tough team to play against. They have a lot of size, they have shooting, and Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, who tonight, both of them played really, really strong. So, the Raptors took a big counterpunch, took a lot of hot offense from the New Orleans Pelicans, and didn't collapse under the pressure late game. We'll get to Gary Trent Jr.'s big shot and everything that went down, but I don't know. It's amazing. Bueno Kitty saying 18 rebounds and finally a bunny killer. He's knocking down those bunnies. He's getting boards. He's doing everything out there. So I'm just happy. I am elated to see that we actually have a center out there that's being effective, that's scoring around the rim. And is brother in sort of, or I was going to say backcourt, brother in the front court, right? Yakin skills. Right, I was going to say Splash Brother. I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. But Pascal also tonight had a really solid game. We'll talk about his late game, how it finished off. But 26 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And he was really getting that mid-range shot going. 1 for 5 from the three-point line, knocked down his free throws. But Pascal Siakam really just did a solid job of, especially for the first 3 quarters and 6 minutes. At the end of the game, it got a little bit ugly in terms of the shot selection and stuff, but he was getting to that mid-range area and knocking down the shots over the top of the New Orleans Pelicans, who have a lot of long, wiry, lanky defenders that can really just be effective, right? That block shots, that sort of have their hands in the defensive lanes and all that. And Pascal Siakam was knocking him down. I mean, he was just getting to his spots, and I'm not going to say Kawhi, but he's getting those types of shots that Kawhi was sort of taking, right? Getting to the sort of 10 to 15 foot range. Also, DeMar DeRozan was pretty good at getting to those spots, and he's shooting over the top. He's using his strength. People are bouncing off him. His handle's really tight. He had a really nice move that ended up almost dropping Herb Jones. A nice little behind the back dribble, full speed, right? It's pretty good stuff from Pascal Siakam. Now, at the end of this game, when the New Orleans Pelicans were coming back, right, I'd like to see the Raptors. I get the ISO ball, the point of it. I mean, the Pelicans were doing it on the other side with Brandon Ingram, who, might be a little bit of a better, more polished scorer than Siakam, one could say. But, especially like the jump shot wise, at least, Siakam's probably a better guy getting his shots around the basket. ISO ball is, coaches like it because there's less chance for turnovers, fast break layups on the other end, yada, yada, yada. I still think we should make some drives. So Pascal Siakam has the ball in his hands a bunch, and then the second and third defender comes. He needs to be able to make those kickouts. He needs to be able to make those plays to get his teammates open, and that sort of leads us to, the final game, the dagger, the nail in the coffin that won the Toronto Raptors this game. It's coming from the star boy, Gary Trent Jr., from a gorgeous dime. Gorgeous dime from Pascal Siakam, who missed a couple shots, right? I was getting a little bit... is this really what we're trying to do here? ISO ball, we're going to blow this game. But he made his drive, and the defense collapsed in, threw it out to Gary Trent Jr., who splashed down, a shot that took the 2-point lead, with a few seconds to go, right, to a nice 5-point W, which the Raptors were able to hold on to end off this game. So, Pascal was hitting Yak in the dunker spot. Had a couple nice passes even down the stretch of the game where he's making some good reads to Yak. But the kick out to Gary Trent Jr. usually on most nights would be the spicy play of the day. It would sort of be that moment that you'd say, hey, spicy play of the day, the greatest play in this game. But definitely wasn't, definitely can't be that. Because tonight there was one moment that overshined all of that. And it's coming from none other than Le Bloc Québécois, Chris Boucher, right out here. All the nicknames are coming back, and Boucher in this one outclassed everyone not named Mac McClung in the dunk contest tonight. It was pretty remarkable. Look at where this man picked up the basketball. He got a steal, or he was in a fast break opportunity, had the ball in his hands. Chris Boucher dribbling the length of the floor, and this is where he picked up the basketball. And you say, okay, there's going to be a nice pass to Jeff Dowtin. There's going to be a nice pass to Gary Trent Jr. or a nice little pass. He's literally picked up the ball out, not even outside the key, right? Not even outside the red part of the key, right? Down there. He's outside the circle. He's outside the circle on top of the key, right? That's where Chris Boucher picks up this basketball to throw down this slam, right? And then we move on to the next image. If I can get this clicking properly. This is where he essentially elevates inches, half a step inside of the free throw line. This is where he takes off from here. He takes a jump inches away from the free throw line and slams that thing down. That was a pretty remarkable. I wish I could show the clip, but I don't know. The NBA would be dinging this right away and all that. But my goodness, Chris Boucher. What a remarkable play. That's a spicy play of the potentially season. That dunk was ferocious. It came out of nowhere. It was insane. But Holy smokes. That was pretty remarkable there. Got Danny in the chat. Loving the Jakob Poeltl, Pascal Siakam connection. Love to see it. And Magic Scott Barnes. This is another topic of discussion I know is going to be hot in the chat because Fred VanVleet was out today due to personal reasons. We're not sure the reason as to why, but wishing the best for the Raptors point guard, all-star last season. Love me some Fred VanVleet. Hoping everything's good off the court. Kind of a late game scratch, late game personal reason stuff, but we got to see a lot more of two things in Raptors land I love to see. But before I dive into that, we got a super chat coming from Bueno Kitty saying Raptors finishing 3rd seed right now. Believe Ben. Folks, while it did look bad there, why my prediction did look bad for Raptors 3rd seed, I didn't take it away. I didn't completely shut down the prediction, right? And I booked it in. I booked it in with the Coolbet Sportsbook. I locked it in. Raptors will be the 3rd seed. I don't know if it's even possible now at this point, but I'm definitely hoping top 5. I'm hoping we can make that push there. I think that could potentially be on the route. But speaking of Fred VanVleet, I appreciate the super chat, Winner Kitty, GOAT tier channel member, appreciate you. But folks, a couple things with Fred VanVleet being out, and I'm a big Fred VanVleet fan, but I do want to see the ball in the hands of Scotty Barnes more often. That's just facts. I just don't. Scotty Barnes is more effective, not as a sort of floor spacer, even though he did knock down a couple threes, but as a guy that's looking to go downhill, create for others, attack the rim, right? Even if he's not a point guard, right? Have him as a point forward-esque type of player. The ball needs to be in Scotty Barnes' hands, and we got to see more of point Scotty in this game with Fred VanVleet out. And I thought, even though the box score wasn't anything lucrative, I guess it was solid. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, doing his thing out there on the court. I thought from the eye test, Scotty Barnes looked absolutely remarkable in this game. But Paul Blunt is coming in with the super chat and essentially getting to my next point himself, saying it's Dowtin time. And folks, for all those, including Nick Nurse, if you're watching this podcast, which I'm sure he's not, it's immediately after the game, I don't know. But whoever's out there doubting on Jeff Dowtin, you gotta stop. Because this man finally got some run here tonight. Finally got an opportunity to really show what he can do. To start rolling out there on, as the backup point guard for this team. And this guy looked good. Like, again, your box score, not going to blow you away. Jeff Dowtin off the bench, 19 minutes, 5 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, 2 of 4 from the field, knocked down a 3-point shot, right? You look at that, you say, okay, that's a solid backup point guard. But you eye test that. You're watching this game. Jeff Dowtin is all over the court. He doesn't stand still. He's constantly cutting. He's constantly looking to poke away loose balls, right? And he's setting up the offense, right? He's doing things. And I know people hate my love for Fred VanVleet. And it's one thing Fred VanVleet does, even though he does take some bad shots at times, Fred VanVleet certainly, right? Fred VanVleet's really the only guy on this team that really calms everything down the half-court set that, gets things going. But Jeff Dowtin was doing that more tonight. Right, Jeff Dowtin, even though he's a two-way guy, rookie or whatever you want to call him, second-year player, he's 25 years old. He's an experienced basketball player, and he shows that, I don't want to call it veteran savvy, but he just looks like a pro out there. Jeff Dowtin is a guy that, give this man the backup point guard position for the next 5 games. Fred VanVleet in, Fred VanVleet not in. Let Dowtin get 20 minutes a night for the next 5 games. We already overplay our starters, and even tonight we only ran a tight 8-man rotation. Scotty Barnes had to run 41 minutes in this game. Siakam 38, right? Poeltl only played 30, surprisingly, and 18 boards in 30 minutes. That's absolutely remarkable. But Gary 37. There's minutes to go around right now, and give some of those minutes to Jeff Dowtin. This guy is a beast. I want to see more Jeff Dowtin. I said it before. Let the opportunity run for Malachi Flynn. See how he does. And Nick Nurse did that. To his credit, he did that. Hasn't worked out tremendously. He's inconsistent right now. Give that opportunity to Dowtin. See how he does. If he's inconsistent, right, maybe try Delano Banton. Maybe go back to your 8-man rotation. But, you know, I love me some Jeff Dowtin. That's what I want to see. We got a super chat coming in from Cherry Reaper Gaming saying Poeltl has some nice cheeks. Great strong cheekbones for Jakob Poeltl. You know, shout out to Cherry Reaper Gaming. Appreciate you coming in with the super chat. But he loves talking about cheeks. You know, strong chiseled cheeks, getting that stuff rocking. But yeah, it's Jeff Dowtin is an absolute monster out here right now. And I click on something and the buttons never work. But man, what are your thoughts? Okay, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Chat, right now, Dowtin or Flynn? Just that single word. Who would you rather see get those backup point guard minutes? Let me know in the comments, because we have a nice 9-man rotation throughout this regular season. That's going to be key. That's what we want to see for this squad. Right, Dowtin or Flynn? Let me know. List it out. I want to be able to read sort through those things while the chat's going. And while the chat's going, I think it's a good time to also announce something, you know, exciting we've been talking about on recent vids. But Coolbet's been supporting the podcast like crazy, you know, over the past 3 months. So if you guys are into sports betting, definitely check out the Coolbet Sportsbook. The link is down below, right? You can use the link in the description to sign up. And we're also doing a massive giveaway with Coolbet. So if you guys just sign up, it's completely free to sign up, right? You don't have to put any credit cards in, just, you know, basic email stuff, just like sign up for YouTube or something like that. You throw in that, you sign up, and then put a screenshot proof that you signed up with your email in the form that I have down below. You are entered to win 2 free tickets to the Raptors Chicago Bulls game this February 28th. So the next few days. So folks, you guys like some free tickets. You want a chance. There's not a lot of people playing, you know, in terms of these free tickets. It's not like there's hundreds and hundreds of people that you're competing with in terms of getting these free tickets. So if you sign up, right? If you sign up down below, yes, you, then you get some free Raptors tickets. So, or you have a shot at it. So appreciate everyone supporting the podcast, and shout out to Coolbet and all you guys out there. But we also have Bueno Kitty, the legend, saying, ain't no doubting the Dowtin. For sure. Can't be doubting Jeff Dowtin. He is the guy. He is the guy we love to see. But we caught all that stuff rocking. But there's been so much going on in this game that I feel like I can't even get to it all at this point. But let's run through the box score. Let's see what people are saying on this front, because, you know, OG came back from injury. Looks a little bit rusty. I can't lie about OG Anunoby. Right, looking a little bit rusty, but 12 points. 1 of 8 from the 3-point line, 5 of 13. When he was driving the lane, he was pretty effective. But the one area that did struggle a little bit on was staying in front of guys like Brandon Ingram, and he was getting cooked in the second half. And rarely do we ever see that from OG. It's not like the defense was horrible, but Brandon Ingram's a really good player. Usually OG is clamping up guys like that. So hopefully OG, it's going to take a little bit of time for him to, you know, come back into his own. We'll see what ends up happening with the starting units and all that when Fred VanVleet's back healthy. But that's you know, OG was pretty solid in this game, right? Gary, again, 18 points, extremely clutch, had a couple of really nice steals as well. And then the other 2 Raptors off the bench, with the exception of Jeff Dowtin, who we already talked about. Boucher had a really solid outing in this game. You know, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, but had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and just doing all the, you know, we're talking about Jakob Poeltl on the offensive glass, you know, doing those types of things out there. But Chris Boucher, he's been doing that for the Toronto Raptors, and I think he's more apt. He's better suited to be able to do that stuff as the power forward, the help defender. You know, not the guy that's going to be having to stand in front of the Jonas Valanciunas, you know, on any given night. The guy that can come over, you know, from your Herb Jones or whoever he's guarding out there on the wing, right? Can come over, block some shots, can be effective underneath the rim, get those rebounds on the offensive glass. You know, if everyone's boxing out Poeltl, Boucher can slide in there and knock down some finishes. So Boucher was solid. And Precious Achiuwa did try some extra things out there. And I apologize if the stream is glitching out here now. No storm in Newfoundland, so it is a little bit snowy. It's a little bit cold. We're not used to it being this cold out here. But I hope, let me know if the audio is still good, so I'm not stressed. And I see the video cutting in and out a little bit. But, you know, Jakob Poeltl, he changes things, and then Boucher and Precious Achiuwa can do their thing off the bench. I'm surprised we didn't get any Thaddeus Young tonight, because when the Raptors are rolling, when we're pretty effective, you know, around from around the, you know, we're playing as a good team. Thaddeus Young is a guy that's complements other good players well. Now, with the lack of shooting, him and Poeltl might not fit tremendously, but it's interesting. It's interesting. So it's I'm seeing the stream glitching. Okay, the audio's fine. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate you mentioning that. And Animation Dawn saying you're not in Toronto. No, sir. I am in St. John's, Newfoundland, baby. Out in the rock. But very cold here today, though. -15. We don't usually get that cold. Get a lot of snow, but not that cold. But it was some good stuff. Some good stuff to see. And the viewers are dropping. The video's lagging a little bit here. But we got through all the players. We got the hype out there. We got Gurman coming in saying, I hope you had a fun... Hope you're doing well. I had a fun game last night. You think this is a free throw line dunk from Boucher? I know you say my stats. Were you impressed? I don't know if I can't read. I apologize. I can't read. But Boucher's dunk was great. Gurman's always putting up big stat lines out there. But not sure what's happening with okay, I think the stream's back rolling. But I don't know. We got Roger saying he's not a fan of Fred VanVleet, you know, the style of play and all that. I get it. I get the frustration. But Fred is good. I don't know. I feel it's glitching. Cold there in Toronto. Yeah, it's rough. Was having a good chat there after my basketball game there tonight, but man, the Raptors ended up getting a W. But I think the stream is it's glitching. Aiden saying -15 is cold for us. -35. Yeah, I don't know. I lived in Montreal for a while, so I know the late, or what is it, the low temperatures of all that stuff rocking. But we're not built for it here in Newfoundland. We get the cold wind on top of it. But folks, the stream is glitching, so I'm gonna sign this one off. You guys are the best to make this far. Check out check out everything we got rolling here. A bunch of new channels rocking. Check out the Discord. Or check out the Coolbet app. Sign up for the link using the link down below if you want free Raptors tickets. But anyways, I'm signing off. Cheers.